very small step into retail. We are trying to create our own. The brand is Audio Lounge. We call it Audio Lounge, and we've started it in one of the most active markets in the world. The first retail outlet we have opened is in London, just about 3 months ago.
Right.
And that Audio Lounge brand we want to globalize slowly to bring this to a wider audience. But yes, what you say is absolutely right. There is a market, there is a place. We need to reach out to that market, and they need to find us. But without a huge budget to do that, it's a slow process. But we are aware of that, and we are doing something for that.
Firstly, it's a great thing that I'm interacting with you, because when I received the invite, it was a very nice thing, because I also hail from the same school and the same college which you were in, so Loyola in PMCC. So moving on, I would really like to question you something more than than audio, which people are now into. Sir, as a young budding entrepreneur, I would like to really get your view on really the Indian the system of the Indian system of getting work done, or how do you, you own a big infrastructure company, so how do you take I find a lot of nepotism as a young entrepreneur in this, or nepotism, kind of political favorism or all these things. So really, what's your say, and what are your thoughts to this to an entrepreneur? And secondly, sir, I was just reading your bio, and I was very much amazed that you have an audio manufacturing company, then you have a construction company, you also are a member of MCA and BCCI. So how you multitask all these things, and so that's a great thing. I'm quite intrigued about that.
Well, your first question about political issues, I think we should not allow this.
He wants the liabilities, don't worry. You can say whatever you want.
I think that is a big deterrent. But the future, the political future of this country is, I strongly believe that it's in the hands of the youth if that is to be changed. We have passed our prime, and we are now in the afternoon of our lives to make a big influence. Personally, I have given up a long time, and that's why I have decided to move my residence from this country to a different country. And what you say can be extremely frustrating.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially for people who don't. The other day I was talking about some domicile certificate or something like this. So it seems to be almost impossible to achieve or get one. So these are things that can't change over time, in a short time. And you will have to, now of course the question of, we are getting into a very sort of area of ethics and morality and all that, which I don't want to get into. But those questions, these are staring us in the face, and how are we going to bring about that change? It's almost, see, today when I talk, I said, here there's a policeman trying to catch a thief. But really, nobody knows who is the policeman and who is the thief. That is the situation that we have reached. And tomorrow, yesterday's policeman becomes the thief, and yesterday's thief becomes the policeman. So it's very, very difficult. That's a question which I wish I could answer, but it's such a huge question that I don't think it requires a complete change of mindset, a complete change, and that I think is only possible with the youth of this country, the youngsters. You people can make that difference. You people can change those value systems. You people can change what you are facing or going to face, and decide whether these problems will be eliminated in the future or not. Your other part of the question is, keep going at it. You have to keep going at it, keep doing it to the best of your abilities. And often, I think, in this whole cosmos, there is some unknown force which works all the time, and the solutions come to you. And that's what it is.
Please bless me for that.
Well, I am nobody to bless. I'm just, I'm going home and going to ask for my next blessings too. So they're in the same boat. Maybe I am in a slightly more stable boat than yours, but you never know which boat might capsize when, especially in our environment.
So I would also like to commend you on the stadium which is built. I've been to several stadiums, and the view angles of these, the Pune stadium is absolutely fantastic. So big congratulations to you and your team for that. And we are as Pune, we are quite thankful that we have this kind of stadium now in place. So thank you for that.
That's thanks to the association and thanks to the BCCI, which has supported the creation of such infrastructure, which of course the government is trying its damn best to close down. They want to nationalize the BCCI, they want to slap fines on them, they want to put income tax on them. They want to, they are surprised that, oh, here is a great sports organization working on its own, not taking taxpayers' money. What the hell is going on? Let's close it down.
Thank you.
So just one last question. I mean, this is more about the manufacturing, right? Because even if it comes to audio equipment, there are brands like KF or Denon Electronics or speakers, stuff like that, where they distribute their manufacturing at the middle and lower ends into China, and only the high end is done in the UK and stuff like this, right? So a quick question to you as a thought process: what could be done differently in India to ensure that, like you built a capability to create world-class equipment? How can this be extrapolated to other things, and where high-end manufacturing could possibly even come to India through this kind of thought process?
See, high-end manufacturing hardly has remained in the United Kingdom now.
Yeah.
KEF, the brands that you mentioned, KEF, Updale, Tannoy, have all moved to China. I mean, the Chinese came and bought the companies and closed them down. Quad has gone out. Quad is now in China. They just came, bought the companies, bought the technology, closed them down, moved them to China. Now, that may or may not be possible for Indians to achieve, because I think we are highly legislated in terms of all kinds of investment regulations. The RBI wants to get into everything. I think any other country would support its people going and acquiring businesses abroad, whereas we seem to look at everything with a great deal of suspicion. So the whole regulatory process comes in as a big deterrent to what China has achieved and what we can achieve, I think way beyond what any other country can achieve. Now, we can achieve a lot of manufacturing and a lot of specialized manufacturing, because as intellectual capabilities, I think we are second to none. As creating that infrastructure, we don't have any, virtually we are as good as anybody else. But where we fail is all these problems that surround us in trying to create something that should get done in a week takes a month or a year. That's where we fail, and that's where we fail to deliver. And the Western world is not waiting, they're not accepting of failed deliveries or failed targets, because they are working in a totally different environment. The one little deterrent that comes in this is the mindset of the people working on the shop floor. You want to make a precise product, you want to make it the same high quality, the same 100 times a day. That is what we lack. A couple of months ago, I had the great fortune to visit the Bentley factory, which makes the Bentley cars, which is still in the old place where Bentley and Rolls-Royce used to be made in central England. And the pride of production, there's 7 ladies who only hand stitch the steering wheels, and they do it day in and day out and day in and day out. And when you go and meet with them and you talk with them, they're making a steering wheel, that's it, and they're going to do it for 20 years. But the pride of what they do in every single stitch that they put on, that is something that we have to imbibe in ourselves, I think. That might be the only limiting factor, other than all the other infrastructural and regulatory bottlenecks that we face. But this is something that we across the nation have to learn. And even with protecting our assets. If you go to our stadium and visit the toilets after the match, it's like a bomb site. We don't care about our public amenities, we don't care about, what is patriotism. Ultimately, we have to question that. Changing the name of Victoria Terminus is not patriotism. Building another Victoria Terminus is patriotism. See, so as a mindset, I'm making these strong statements just because of the mindset. But we have to change our mindset I mean, I'm sure some of our workers used to say, "अरे अलग है ये ना इतना सा उसमें फर्क है क्या फर्क चलता है." That attitude has to change, and that can change, and if we can change, but the greater change, this is something that individuals have to change, and they will change. Individuals change much quicker than institutions. The bigger problem is what my young friend raised, that the whole environment where change can happen has to be there.
I've been entrusted with the responsibility of doing the vote of thanks, but before that I'm in a position of awe as well as nostalgia. I felt like I was being lectured back in my electronics engineering days by a professor in some signals. But I think that is the enthusiasm that goes into making a product that is listed with the lines of products such as Denon and Jamo and Yamaha and whatnot. And if you look up the list, you'll find one Indian product out there standing in that list. Although Dr. Amar Gopal Bose is what made the sports, but probably not in India.
Well, he had a different market.
Market, yeah, absolutely.
He was a great man and in his own way successful.
Sure.
No question about it.
So absolutely, and thanks again to the man wearing a lot of hats. Ajay, thanks so much for time out and coming here and sharing your thoughts. Thanks again to Dr. Sundararajan for facilitating this, and it wouldn't have been possible without your efforts. Thanks so much again. If you enjoyed this program, we'd like to hear back from you. Bricks, brocade and brickbats. Again, if you look up that little sheet that was given out to you when you walked in, please fill up those feedback forms and hand it out to either Madhura or Mandar on your way back out. That helps us to build more and more events. Once again, thank you, all of you, for taking time out on a Friday evening and coming out in big numbers. I do also thank the charter members for being here and also being part of this event. I would also like to thank all the volunteers. TIE essentially is a volunteer-driven organization. If you have enjoyed this program, feel free to reach out to us, either one of us or Madhura or to Mandar, and be a part of TIE. Let TIE happen to you. It's a volunteer-driven program and you'll love more and more volunteers. Thank you so much again. Before us leaving, as a parting gift, I would request Ajay Bhagwat to come and give a little token of appreciation or a memento to Ajay again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And as a parting gift, we would like to know from Ajay, when can we visit the cricketing stadium? Thank you so
Most
much.
welcome.
No free
Just
passes
have to
anymore.
Send an email to cricketmaharashtra@yahoo.com
Okay.
and they will arrange
cricketmaharashtra@yahoo.com for those who...
cricketmaharashtra@yahoo.com, and the association will be happy to take you around. And on non-match day, lots and lots to see.
Excellent. Looking forward to that. Thank you so much. Good evening and good night to you. Thank you.